This is 1812 for violin 3 and viola. I'm going to be playing it on violin, but all of the notes, all the rhythms, and all the bowings are exactly the same. So the first thing we're going to do is count and clap through some of the rhythm at the beginning so we can really focus on getting that counting and adding our bowing in so that it'll be easier to piece together up to 18. Then I will talk you through a couple of the parts between 18 to the end, and then I'll play through the whole song. So starting right at the beginning, the first thing you need to know is we don't start on beat 1. We only have a part of a measure, so we are starting on beat 3. So when we play in class, I will give you 1, 2, and then we all come in on 3 and. So what I'm going to do is take those first 3 full measures, I'm going to count and clap them, then I'm going to pluck them, then I'm going to add my bow. So 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2 and 3, hold 1, 2, rest. Once I get the hang of the counting, I'm gonna add my instrument and just pluck my notes. 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2 and 3, hold 1, 2. And then the last step, I'm gonna add my bow so that I can focus on the bowing, on the tie, and on how much bow I need to use for each note. So for this one, I'm gonna make sure I start around my balance point. 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2 and 3, hold 1, 2, rest. If you can take this entire section from 1 to 18 and just break it up into 2, 3, or 4 measures at a time and just use those steps to count and clap, then pluck, and then add your bow, it'll be much easier for you to understand how it works so we can put it together as a class. Then looking ahead, starting in the faster section in 18, violin 3 and viola, you have your own part here. You're not matching up with anybody. So first and second violins are together, cello and bass are together, and we have our own thing. So you can see in your part where I marked slow bow or fast bow. It's because for these measures here between 18 and 26, you need to be pretty much using your entire bow for every single measure. And we have a little bit of shifting here. So I'm just gonna start at 18 and talk you through it. So the first note, slow bow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, rest. When you get to the rest, we are not gonna lift. We're just gonna set our 4th finger over on the G and get ready to play a quick up bow. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, rest. Now during this rest, I'm moving my bow over to the D string and I'm setting my fingers. But the thing that's a little bit different, I'm gonna set my 3rd finger on my 3rd tape for G. I'm gonna set my 2nd finger on my tape for my high 2 for the F sharp. But my 1st finger, I'm gonna bring up next to my 2nd finger, so it goes where my low 2 or my F natural would go. So you can see all 3 of my fingers are lined up. 3, 2, 1. There's no space between any of them. And right there, I'm gonna play 3, 2, 1, and then that next note at measure 22 is a E, and it's the big long whole note. So I'm gonna slide my 1st finger back to the tape to play it. Then I would play and hold that for 5 whole beats. And then during the rest, I have to move back to half position. So half position is just behind 1st position. So I'm gonna take my 1st finger, I'm gonna slide it back in that space behind my 1st tape. I'm gonna take my 2nd finger and I'm gonna set it on the 1st tape. Then my 3rd finger is gonna go right next to it where my low 2 would normally go. So right there in measure 23, starting on that F natural, I'm in half position and I'm just gonna play 3, 2, 1, and then open. So starting from the little 2nd position spot where you're just sliding that 1st finger up, move back. Now move back to half position. Aside from this, everything's pretty straightforward. Just watch when you have the staccato, the dot, so that you play those notes really short, use a lot of weight, and keep the bow on the string with just a very stopped sound. So I'm not going to play through the entire song for you. I am going to play a little bit slower at 18 so that it's a good practice tempo for you to start learning your notes. So starting from the beginning. 1, 2. 1, 2. 3, 1, 2. Rest. 3, 1, 2. 1 and 2. Hold. 2, 3, 1. Lift. Set in the middle. 1, 2. 1, 2. 3, 1, 2, and hold. 1, 2. Lift. 1 and 3, 1. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and slow. 2, 3, 4. 1. Rest. 2, 2, 3, 4. 1. Rest. 2, 3, 4. 1. Back to half position. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lift. 2 and 3, 4, 1. 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. And 1, 2. Lift. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1 off. Lift. 3, 4. 1.